take on the 3-0 and second-ranked Maple Grove Crimson. From Maple Grove High School, John Jacobson and Bill Hunstock. And Bill, two ranked teams tonight. Anoka coming off a nice win last week against Blaine. Maple Grove goes on the road, beats the defending state 6A champion Centennial. They're 3-0. Both teams ready to get going and at it tonight.
And I think both teams are ready. I'm talking to the coaches, watching the guys warming up. Both teams are looking confident. Both teams have confidence in their plans. They look good. And of course, the coaches are, as I always are, pessimistic about, if we can do this or if we can do that, we're going to be okay. But I think both these teams are ready to play. This is the kind of game early in the season the good teams want to find out about.
Well, I think for Anoka, a really good test. Maple Grove took it to them last year, up 42-0, and ended up winning, I think it was 42-19 was the final. And like I said, 2-1 so far, but really their toughest challenge tonight, coming on the road, taking on a really good Maple Grove team, and they're able to put up some points. They'll count on their defense tonight to try to slow down the Maple Grove offense. Has been pretty good.
Yeah, Maple Grove's offense has been very good, but I think Anoka is going to look at their defense trying to take away what Maple Grove does best, which is establish the run game. So they're going to be after that run game pretty quickly. And on the other side, Anoka, which threw the ball an awful lot last year, is developing a run game. So now Maple Grove, instead of hoping for 6 yards rushing in the first half, they're going to be having to stop an improved running game.
So let's look at our key players, and the guy that's one of the guys responsible for that improved running game, Zach Welch. Played a lot of defense last year, more offensive guy this year. Really has carried the ball well through 3 games, already 6 touchdowns for the senior running back.
Right, and the coaches say that Welch is an angry guy. He runs hard. He's 6 foot, 205 pounds, so he's pretty well put together. He brings a bruising running style, and he's going to force people to tackle him, and that's what you want a good running back to do.
I think he said he runs angry. I don't know if he's angry, but yeah, he's got that aggressive style, which works very well. And on the Maple Grove side, Dylan Volkel, a guy that you see on the field a lot tonight. He'll play college football next year, but really a terrific weapon on offense and on defense.
Yeah, he's a dual threat kind of a guy, actually more of a dual threat kind of a guy, because he returns punts and kicks, as well as being a very, very good defensive back and an excellent receiver. He's got good statistics on both sides of the ball. He's got a couple interceptions, good tackles, plus he's got several catches for touchdowns.
Should be a good one tonight. We'll kick it off in a few minutes here on CCX. It's Anoka and Maple Grove. Stay tuned, live from Maple Grove High School after this.
At Topline Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married, an interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Topline member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
Ball is on the tee. We are underway. Maple Grove Anoka football tonight on CCX. Hafia Beckway on the run back. Hits it out to about the 20-yard line. A flag is down. Anoka will have it first and 10. Probably, Bill, inside the 20, and a kick return. Almost certainly that's a hold or an illegal block on the Tornadoes, which is not the way you want to start if you're Anoka.
Yeah, it's going to be 10 yards or half the distance to the goal, so.
Personal foul on the returning team, number 21. Half the distance to the goal.
Personal foul even.
Huh. That must have been a block in the back.
So it will
a clip.
Be, as you heard, half the distance to the goal. So Anoka will start this drive. First and 10 from their 7. Peyton Padani, veteran quarterback. He's a good one. 54% completions, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions this year. good-sized senior. He can zing it out on the field. They'll throw probably upwards of 25 times per game tonight, although, as we mentioned, definitely can run the ball a little more effectively than they did last season. And they'll start with a run on first down and 10. Spinning out to the 10 is Welch for a pickup of 3 yards, bringing up second down and 7. Look at the starting offense, a veteran offensive line. Brent Burns, Bergen, Jorgensen, Kriz for Anoka. A defense for Maple Grove, a lot of veteran players there. Hanson, Toe, Barry up front. Really good linebacking core and solid secondary as well. Second down for Anoka and 7 yards from their 10. But Danny throwing, gets a completion, gets the first down. And that's his top receiver. That's Osseo Beckway. Second play as a pass and a completion for good yardage. And
that was an excellent hookup right there between Padani and Obakwe. Obakwe gets 8-9 yards after the catch. That's what you're looking for.
Gain of 15 out to the 25. They go back to Welch on the run and gets a couple of yards out to the 28-yard line. Wrapped up by several Crimson. Hanson, number 9, one of them, last off the pile. Gets a hand up as well from Ethan Berry, who was also on that stop. Pickup of maybe 2 for Welch, second down and 8. Scanson creeping up toward the line of scrimmage, now backs off as Padani looks to the sideline for the play call. Throws, looks like it might have been deflected and incomplete. Intended receiver was Trey Borchers. It'll be 3rd and long.
I think that ball was hit right there.
Yeah, Scanson gets a hand on it.
I noticed that Maple Grove has used a couple of inside linebacker blitzes already to try to get the running game under control here a little bit. And that time he got his hand on the pass.
3rd and 8 from the 27. Roll out this time. Danny sends, throws high and incomplete. Trying to go to Borchers. Vocal, excellent coverage on it. Incomplete, so you get 1 first down, but now we'll have to punt. Just kind of sailed on him, Bill, to throw.
It did, and Vocal was trailing by, when he let the ball go, Vocal was trailing by 2 or 3 steps and made that up while the ball was in the air and made the play.
Vocal back to receive. The punt coming up from Kellen Brewer. Brewer gets the kick away. High kick. It'll bounce at the 47. Taking a Anoka bounce inside the 40. Down to the 38. You saw him take a few steps, seeing no pressure, and do a good job there. And you get a chance for your guys to get downfield, not allow a return, and do what just happened and be able to cover the kick. So
yeah, and that type of kicking has become more popular over the last several years as we see Caden Harney, his numbers.
Brewer kick of 35 with no return. Harney's numbers 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for the junior. Run for a couple of scores. His 2nd year now as a varsity starter here at Maple Grove. Chuck Lungama, the lone back. Already off to a good start through 3 games. And looking to throw on first down, gets the completion. And it's Vocal into Anoka territory at the 44-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 17 yards on the first play from scrimmage for the Crimson.
Well, Vocal runs a really nice slant route there. Gets right in between the safety and the corner, and Harney's able to hit him in stride. And a very nice play.
1 play, 1 first down. 1st and 10 from the Anoka 44. Harney will give to Lungama. Gets a little hole, sidesteps a tackle, and gets inside the 40. 38, he'll take 6 yards on first down every time, right?
Absolutely. Lungama's a good, durable back. I know he got hurt at the end of last season, but he's he's a very durable guy. But we will see some other running backs tonight, I believe, too.
Look at the starting defense for Anoka, starting offense for Maple Grove, and like Anoka, a veteran group on that front line for Maple Grove up front, and a very talented skill position group as well. As Harney will run this ball on second down, and he'll get a first down to the 32-yard line. Gets 6 more yards on his first carry. Now 3 plays and now 2 first downs for the Crimson.
He didn't really look like he was gaining a lot of yards, but he gets into the line of scrimmage and is able to get 5 or 6 yards.
Ethan Motzman, one of the captains, and two-way starter himself, or two-way player, who played some running back, in on the stop for Anoka. 1st and 10. Crimson from the Tornado 32-yard line. Anoka had 1 first down and then a punt on their first series. First time Maple Grove has had the ball tonight. Harney looking to throw again. Completion. Vocal was wide open, and a little pitch and catch like that, Bill, and that'll work. He goes for 13 yards and a first down.
That'll take you right down the field. Nicely set up. Nice route by the receiver, Vocal, and Harney hits him right when he's supposed to.
Well, and as a deep back, you know Vocal's got speed, so you got to respect that deep route, and he cuts it off, and the ball's right there. 1st and 10 inside the Anoka 20 now. High formation. They'll hand off to the tailback. Langama's got a hole. To the 5, breaks a tackle. Ball comes out at the goal lines, in the end zone at the touchdown. Maple Grove's on the board first. 4 minutes and 10 seconds in on a 19-yard run by Chuck Langama. Henry Sievers, 15 for 15 on extra points this season. Flag is out, and a procedure call. Gonna make this be a little longer extra point try. False start on the offense. Charles Langama, great ball player for Maple Grove. 2nd year as a starter. He'll head to North Dakota next year. A longer extra point attempt, but still up and in, and it's 7-0 Maple Grove.
We'll get a good look at Langama, and he gets the first guy that gets close to him is the safety, but boy, that ball popped out. That's a perfect tackle. You teach your defender to put your nose on the ball on a head-up tackle like that, and he did, and it popped out. But Maple Grove was able to cover it in the end zone for the touchdown.
Man for Langama, 7th rushing touchdown of the season. And it's quickly 7-0.
Now this is going to be an interesting situation for Anoka to get the ball back in decent field position so they can begin to run their offense a little bit. We saw a little bit of a glimpse of it, but they really need to step up here.
This will be a touchback this time. Backway dropped it, but it's in the end zone. He can't run it back in high school. And so it's 1st and 10 Anoka from their 20-yard line. Got the 1 first down, as I mentioned, on the pass play, Padani to Backway on their 2nd play of offense, and then was not able to gain another first down. So already you feel like Anoka's got to get something going, right? Yep. I'm sure these guys remember what happened last year. I mean, they were down 40-plus points at halftime to Maple Grove, and you don't want to have them start rolling downhill on you 10 minutes into the game. No. 7-0 now, and I'd like to keep it that way here for a while. And Welsh the lone back. Padani to throw. Has time until he doesn't, and down he goes. Kevin Toe on the quarterback sack. Looks like he had time, and then he gets pressure from Hansen inside. Had to turn away, and then Toe able to get the sack.
Toe finally able to get there. Actually, the blocking wasn't that bad at the beginning of the play, but really Padani hadn't much of a chance on that one.
2nd down and 15 from the Anoka 15. Hansen in on the rush again. A little screen pass. Welch gets it, but doesn't get very much. That's because it was run down by the linebacker Jacob Robbinsdale. And DSU commit makes this first tackle this evening and gain of just 2. It's 3rd and 13.
Robbinsdale makes a nice play here, as does Vogel coming across from his safety position. That looked like that was a pretty well set up screen, John, and it just didn't come off.
On 3rd down and long for Anoka. But Danny rushed, flew it out there, and almost got the completion, but broke it up. Looked like defensively by Blake Dozier. Dylan Vogel over there, intended for Borchers. And Padani got hit hard. He is still down. Look at it again. Under a rush. Ryder Skansen coming through.
Nice defensive play made by
that was all Vogel.
Vogel,
Yeah. Padani still on the turf for Anoka.
He got hit in the chest, it looked like.
And hopefully just the wind knocked out of him,
hopefully,
right?
yep.
But Skansen is coming full bore at him.
He's going to walk off on his own. So.
One more look at him. Look at 33. Yeah, clean hit. Just caught him in the wrong place. And the underneath coverage by Dozier and Vogel coming across from his safety spot to break up the pass intended for Borchers. So a 3 and out for Anoka on their 2nd possession. Kellen Brewer, a 35-yard punt. His first attempt will stand just outside his end zone. Vogel standing at midfield. Gets the kick away. Again, we'll take an Anoka bounce. And be down this time at the 44. I think, like trying to wave it a little further into Maple Grove territory, see if they can get away with that. Wyatt Rothram finally touching it down at the 44, but still good field position for Maple Grove.
Yeah, Maple Grove has started off with good field position on both their possessions now, and that's a key to offense. If you don't have to go a long distance, your offense can be more versatile.
Slot left with Langama, the lone back. He'll get the call on 1st down. Slices his way out to midfield, pickup of 6. 2nd and 4 from the 50. Ingles slot right now. Also at the outside receiver, but they'll just hand it off to Langama again. He gets upended as he got to the 45, but enough to pick up the 1st down. Austin Meyer on the tackle for Anoka.
That's a really nice one when you're getting 4 or 5 yards before you're even getting touched. That means the offensive line is doing one heck of a job right there. You can see Langama tries to get over the defender and doesn't quite make it.
1st and 10, Maple Grove from the Anoka 43. Langama out of the eye. Little cutback move. Well, they're slicing Anoka right now. 6, 7, 8-yard chunk plays here.
Yeah, their offensive line is really getting a good attack at the line of scrimmage. And they're opening up some nice seams for Chuck Wangama.
He'll get a break here. Jay Wright, number 18. Good two-way player for them in the backfield now behind Hardy. On 2nd down and 3. Wright on the toss gets his first carry tonight, gets a first down. And he's down, still not down now,
Still
down
not
at the
down.
24-yard line. Pickup of 11.
And Wright is, in his own right, is a very good runner.
Averaging nearly 9 yards per carry in 19 carries this season. 1st and 10 from the 24. Draheim, the up back, right behind him. Harney, play action. He's got time to throw over the middle of the Vogel for a touchdown. There is a flag down around the line of scrimmage. 6 points for now, but we'll check the flag.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So wipe out the touchdown.
A little bit of a break for Anoka there because once again off the run fake, Vogel was right there. And Harney hit him in stride.
Adam Spurl, first-year head coach. Been with this program a number of years and off to a perfect start, Bill, right? 3-0.
Can't do better than that.
2nd in the state in Class 6A behind Lakeville North. And he told us before, said, we played good. We can play better. Said, our best is football is yet to come. Harney this time to Draheim and just off his hands and incomplete. That would have been a touchdown. Draheim not able to come up with it, pass a little bit high.
Just a little bit overthrown there by Harney on that one, but another open receiver. But Bo Draheim just can't quite drag it in.
2nd down and 15. Crimson from the 29 of Anoka. Harney looks around. Now they'll pitch it back. It's Langamo's back in the ball game. Defender goes down. Langamo to the end zone for a 29-yard touchdown. So the penalty bill doesn't hurt Maple Grove after all.
Doesn't seem to. Chuck Wangama he does a really nice job of bringing this running play to the outside, and there's nobody that has the speed that he has.
Already 74 yards on 6 carries and 2 touchdowns in 8.5 minutes of play.
And that's a good night. It's a good game for.
He's had some big games in his 2-year career as starter. Just has the feeling of one of them, right?
Yes, it really does. Maple Grove's confidence is growing with every snap of the ball. They're coming. Offensive line is really established, pushing the line of scrimmage into the Anoka defensive backfield. We see right here, that's the one we got upended on.
Kind of a summary of the drive here, and just a lot of success. Whoever had the ball right. Gama, then Wright.
Wright's a good, tough runner as well. Here we see the pitch. And he gets a nice move, a little bit of an S cut. Gets to the outside, and there's really nobody off of the edge that can make the play.
They got a good block from Draheim there.
Yep.
Knock that defender down. They get into the end zone. Another touchback for Severs. And they said it on the last drive. Now I feel like really Anoka an important series here for them.
Right. We must have had an offside on the kickoff. We're going to have a re-kick from the 35-yard line.
Third penalty on Maple Grove. Severs booms another one, but this one will be run back. Beckway fielding it at the 3. Trying to get outside, drop the football, picks it back up. Back inside is 5, then cuts up left side. And a Beckway out past the 30. And runs it out of bounds out to the 40-yard line. Jack Weigel finally chasing him down, and Beckway looked like he was going to get caught back inside the 10 for certain.
Exactly.
Very
we see here
run.
He makes him move. No, oops, there's the ball and bounces right up to him. Looks like he's stopped. I'll go this way, now I'll go that way. Now all of a sudden he breaks free. And he gets about 35 yards after it looked like he was wrapped up inside the 10-yard line. Nicely done by Mbekwe to get really decent field position at the 42.
Big boost for Anoka. Padani. Trying to hand off to Welch. They missed the handoff. Ball is still loose, but Padani did end up getting back on top of it. Back at the 35. Nearly a disaster there for Tornadoes as it is. It's a loss of 7.
They finally get field position, and
he just lost
Padani the ball slipped right out of his hands and right past Welch, the running back. Didn't have a chance. Now we're 2nd and 17.
Quick throw on the edge to Beckway. Will pick up some of that yardage lost on first down. But only got to the 38. Ends up being just a 3-yard gain. Well pursued by Maple Grove. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, we have 3rd and 14 for Anoka here. I hate to say this because it's become a cliche, but playing behind the sticks, you can't do it. You just don't have the offense selection that you want to have. There's no really good running play for 3rd and 14.
Borchers slot right on 3rd and long. Padani has time to throw over the middle, gets the completion to Borchers in Maple Grove territory for a first down to the Crimson 44-yard line.
Trey Borchers makes a really nice grab in traffic, and he had the right distance. He was right at the line to gain. So this is a really nice pass and catch for a first down on that. Anoka really needed that one.
Gain of 18, first down and 10. Anoka in Maple Grove territory for the first time tonight as we wind down toward 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. In motion goes Buxton, the tight end. Then he floating a throw to incomplete, trying to hit Welch.
That was a tough pass because he had to float the ball over the linebacker, and the corner was waiting out there.
Second down and 10. Anoka at the 44 of Maple Grove. 3rd possession of the night for the Tornadoes, trailing by 2 scores. But back to the ground game, breaking 1 tackle and getting inside the 40 for a gain of 5, maybe 6 is Welch with his best run so far.
Here, Welch got a nice little seam to hit in there and got into the linebacker zone and was able to make some yardage, get 5 yards, make it a 3rd and reasonable.
And this is what you're talking about, Bill. Now you got a lot of options as an offensive play caller
Right.
on 3rd and 5 instead of 2nd and 17.
And you might be in 4-down zone here, too.
Throw high for Borchers. Had him, but a little bit high on the toss. Patrick Wright on the coverage. It was 4th down.
Both inside linebackers blitzed, and Padani had to throw that off his back foot, which means that he couldn't really zip it, and the ball floated on him.
4th and 4, and it is 4-down territory, Bill, as you suspected. You're already down a couple of scores. Not really in a great position to either try a field goal or a punt, and short enough distance where going for it is by far your best option. Padani on 4th down under a rush, and down he goes back near midfield. Romanek comes in with the sack. Loss of a dozen yards. Maple Grove takes over on downs at the 49.
And it's so tough when you've got one more at one spot, you've got one more guy rushing than they have blocking. It makes it very tough. See, Jacob Robbinsdale.
That's a great tackle, too.
Yeah, he got Padani just as he was about to step out of that tackle. May not have gone much further, but still, great effort by Robbinsdale.
And Maple Grove going for a big play out of the big play on defense. Harney for Volkel. He's got him inside the 10 down to the 5. Maple Grove has really loved to do this the last few years. They get a big play on defense or special teams. They're going to go right after it a lot of times on the next play. And they put it up in the air and gain 45 yards there.
And that was a deep post to Volkel. We see it off the run fake, but that ball was up in the air for a while. But Volkel was able to shield the defender and get under it, make a catch and get a few yards, get 7-8 yards after the catch. 1st and goal.
3 catches for 74 yards. Back to Mangama. Out to the end zone this time. He spun down after a gain of 3. He's inside the 5. Even Starks,
right about
senior defensive or linebacker, makes the stop. 2nd and goal from the 3.
Langama comes out, Wright comes in. What do you think the chances are of Wright carrying the ball?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I would.
Engel is also capable of running as the fullback, but would bet against number 18. And there you go. Oh, the play action. What do I know? Harney's going to run it in himself.
That was a great fake by Harney, and he ended up having the entire side of the field to himself. Really well done. The fake carried out by 9 or 10 guys on the offense and left Harney for a easy walk-in. So 3 possessions and 3 touchdowns as the quarter runs out.
We'll get the extra point, and that will be the end of the quarter. Severs adds it, and Maple Grove looking every bit as good as the number 2 team in the state at minimum, and they lead Anoka 21-0. We'll take a timeout. 2nd quarter on the way. You're watching Metro North District Football. Keaton Harney with the touchdown run to close out the first. 21-0 Crimson.
In 1935, Topline Financial Credit Union was founded by workers from our local phone company, by people who dedicated their lives to keeping our community connected. At Topline Financial, that dedication lives on because we believe that dreams are achieved when we connect with each other. So if you're dreaming of buying a new home or car, or planning for your future, or saving for that next vacation, connect with us. We'll help you get there, because connected, we all do better.
Not a bad first 12 minutes for the Crimson on either side of the ball. Hayden Harney, touchdown run to close it out. 21-0 already.
And the defense has stepped up and stuffed Anoka's offense. Even when Anoka did well, they didn't sustain. And the offense has been like a machine for Maple Grove here in the first quarter. I think, like you said, John, I think we're seeing why these guys are number 1 or number 2 team in 6A in the entire state.
Kickoff by Sievers, handled by Beckway. A good run back last time, and gets this one out past the 25, so runs it back 26 yards to the 27. Anoka, no turnovers yet, Bill, but they haven't been able to get anything sustained going either.
Yeah,
and they had some good defensive plays by Anoka, or by Maple Grove rather. Bo Wozerick, now in his 6th year, has really done a nice job with this program. He said they were not winning a ton of games when he came in. It was actually, in my words, he didn't come out and say that, but it's true. And they've come around 6-3 last year, lost their first playoff game, but it's got a group of seniors that have stuck together and have really been the foundation of a good and rebuilding program, so to speak. Because Anoka's has a terrific football tradition going back decades. And Bo was a big part of that. And it's hard when you get a team that's a program losing. Not that they were losing every game every year, but you get into a losing habit as a program.
Exactly.
It's hard to get kids to stay in it, and Anoka's really been able to turn that around. 2-1 coming into tonight, but in a big hole here early in the second quarter. Got a 2nd down and 8 coming up. But Danny throwing, completes it to Borchers, but he's going to lose ground back at the 24-yard line. Maple Grove was ready for that.
Absolutely.
And it's Bo Thien, the linebacker, who snuffed it out and loss of
And
5.
there was a little bit of pressure, and there was very good flank support right there.
Great tackle
by
by
the
Thien.
D-back, yeah.
Third and 12. Back at the 25 for Anoka. Danny throws, it's intercepted. This might be a pick 6 for Thien. 27-0 Maple Grove.
Well, they mentioned the turnover. There was the turnover right there that sets the tone for the Maple Grove defense. They had stuffed Anoka pretty well the first quarter. Now a pick 6. And Thien on back-to-back plays, making the tackle for little or no gain on the first one, and then getting the pick 6 on the second.
Defensive guys love those touchdowns, right? The whole defense rallies around. Extra point is good by Sievers. He's been clockwork this season. Bo Thien. Or Danny was going with his throw, but he he must not have seen Thien. He had a guy out there, Beckway, but Thien undercut the route.
But he threw it into three defenders. That's a tough call right there. Now, defensive coaches always like to remind the defensive players that there's more ways to score on defense than there is on offense.
I like that. It's a good thing to remember, right?
Yep.
Teacher Appreciation Night here in Maple Grove. Had a little ceremony. Players got to stand with their favorite instructor. It's always a nice shout out to the teachers who teach these young men during the day and during the week and made an impact in their lives away from football. Sievers to kick off. A Beckway standing at the 3. bounce back toward the 5, but Beckway was going to let it go through the end zone, and boy, things just keep getting worse for Anoka. Beckway able to pick it up. It only gets to the 10. Again, good coverage downfield for Maple Grove. Will Raymond among those on the stop. First and 10 for Anoka, but this time they'll start at their 10.
Boy, just nothing has gone right for Anoka at this point. Their offense can't get on track. They've had a pick 6. They've had kicks not go the right direction. And just not a fun time for Anoka right now.
Bedani on first and 10. Flag is down. Throw high, intended for a Beckway and incompleted. Penalty at the line of scrimmage.
On the offense, number 14, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Second penalty for Anoka tonight for 20 yards. They're backed up to their 5.
And I'm thinking this is tough. You're at your 5-yard line. And Maple Grove's playing a very, very strong pass defense formation here. They're
handoff. Welch hit initially by Toe. He had help from others to help finish off. The runner, Bannock there. Scanson.
Yeah, they're lining up like they're in a pass defense formation, but they're bringing 6 guys into the box to make sure that, and they've got good flank support.
Gain of just 1 for Welch there at 2nd down and 14. Timeout taken by Anoka. Play clock was almost down to 0.
Yep. Coach Wazrick.
You already see a little bit of a frustration there. And they'll reset and be ready for a 2nd down and 14. We got 9:33 to play in the second quarter.
This is really hard for the coaching staff because they spent all week putting together a game plan, and within 5 minutes, the entire game plan is dead and gone. And now you're playing by the seat of your pants, and you're saying, what can we do? What do we do well, and how can we sustain it? And that's a real challenge. That's really hard questions to answer. It's hard to come up with. What's the right play? There is no right play, and that's the challenge that Bo Wazrick and his staff are going to be faced with, not only on this play, but the rest of the game.
It's a long night if you're a parent or a grandparent.
Oh,
right?
boy.
2nd down, 14 for Anoka out of their timeout. Bedani in his end zone throws, just got it over the linebacker, gets the completion, and out past the 10 to the 12-yard line. First touch on offense for Ethan Monsman, who they'll use out of the backfield as a running back and receiver. Gets 6 yards here, but still 3rd down and 8, maybe closer to 7 to go.
And that's a nice setup for the screen. But the defender gets through.
That was Hansen.
Number 2, Weigel gets through to make the receiver change direction. Instead of being an 8 or 10-yard gain, it's 4.
Throwing it, picked off again. Dean with the 2nd interception.
So Botheen, 2 consecutive possessions, picks off pass from Peyton Pedani, And like you said, John, things have gone from bad to worse for Anoka here.
Team's going to bottle this quarter up and save it for the next week or another week.
Yeah, exactly.
Maple Grove, another short field, this time inside the 25. Throw and incomplete.
Yep.
Good pass breakup on the pass intended for Reggie Williams. Williams had a big catch last week against Centennial. It's his only catch so far for 54 yards. Look at the interception again. Thien, that ball in between Mossman and Borchers, and Thien making the catch. Williams had a big reception right before halftime that set up a Maple Grove touchdown that gave them the lead in that game. Incomplete on this attempt to him. Harney's 3 of 5 passing so far. It's 2nd and 10 from the 22 of Anoka. Toss goes back on Gama. Picking a hole. Now he gets to the outside and gets to close to first down yardage. Needed to get to the 12. He's going to be very close. Might be a yard short, 3rd and 1.
Just a yard short of the line to gain.
Third and 1, Maple Grove on the Anoka 13-yard line. Enough goes to right. Got a first down. It'll be tackled from behind him, but it'll be first down and goal. Zach Welch is in on defense now, makes the tackle. Wright picks up 3 on his 2nd carry tonight.
That was a well-executed jet sweep to Wright. He hits the left flank and gets enough for the first down. Sets it up at 1st and goal at the 9.
First down and goal for Maple Grove. Wright on the carries in the backfield here. He's inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. A gain of 6 yards, almost 7 for Patrick Wright. 2nd and goal from there. Engel in the backfield now, along with Draheim and Wright. The eye behind Engel. And timeout. And Anoka will use its 2nd timeout here of the quarter. 7:20 to go. 28-0, Maple Grove. Class 6A rankings coming into play this week. Lakeville North, number 1. Maple Grove, number 2. Minnetonka has had a really strong season. Of course, former Crimson head coach Matt Lombardi over there for the Skippers now as a defensive coordinator. Though these teams, 2 and 3, will play each other in Week 8 at Minnetonka. MEA Thursday. Edina, with a great team again this year. They are 2 and 1 right now. Shakopee, Eden Prairie, Egan, Anoka, Lakeville South, and Stillwater rounding out the top 10 in 6A. Second and goal, Maple Grove from the 3. Hardy will hand off right up the middle, crosses the plane, it's in for a touchdown. Patrick Wright with his first touchdown. And it's 34-0.
Patrick Wright does a nice job here following the blocking right into the end zone and blocked
first missed extra point this year for Maple Grove. They blocked the kick and we stay at 34-0. And look at the touchdown run again.
Here we see right here, Patrick Wright stretches himself out as he gets into the line of scrimmage before he gets tackled. It gets hit right there and is able to just lean forward to get over the goal line.
I mentioned in their first series, this is a really good offensive line.
It is.
Had some young men up there that can push.
And they work together very well. If you watch their footwork and how they move down and off the line of scrimmage, they're moving in sync with each other, which is a skill that has to be taught, and it only comes with time. And these guys have had some experience, so they're and we can see that the way they are moving off of the ball, they're opening up the holes for the running backs.
Beckway's been busy, but not the way he wants to be in the first half on kick returns.
I think he'd rather be catching passes than kickoffs.
Seaver's kick handled by Beckway at the 5. Ooh. Ran into his own guy briefly, gets out to the 20 and thrown down at the 21-yard line. Another special teams tackle for Will Raymond. Junior linebacker.
As a coach, you try to get your guys blocking on punt and kickoff returns. You don't want them standing. You want them moving. You want them moving forward. And we saw an example right there. The blocker waiting for contact and disrupts the rhythm of the return man.
Anoka first down and 10. They'll start this drive from their 21-yard line. Danny, pitch back. Welch will cut it back. And good run outside the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pick up of 5, maybe 6 yards for Welch on his 6th carry of the first half.
That was a nice run, well executed toss sweep. Welch was able to get behind a couple of his blockers and make some nice yardage. Now you have to be able to put 4, 5, 6, 8 of those together.
Is that all?
You gotta have. That's a start.
On second and short, Danny floating one down the right sideline and incomplete. Kind of ran out of room there. Crowding him to the sideline was Braden Dozier on the pass intended for Charlie Hendrickson. Third down.
Pretty well played by Dozier to make that happen. Stayed right with the receiver all the way down the field. But that was not a bad call for 2nd and 4. You try to stretch deep. Most of the passes have been short, very short passes to outside receivers. So
they're down the little shovel pass forward. It's a completion, but only for a yard. Maple Grove was ready for it, and they had 4 crimson shirts around the football as Welch caught the pass, but only able to get a yard.
And nobody fooled on that one.
Well, you want to go for it. You want to keep your offense on the field, but there's no way you can go for it on 4th and 3 from your 27.
With
so
almost 6 minutes to go in the half. So
Brewer's back in for his 3rd punt. A little bit of a high snap. Gives himself some time. Short kick this time. Didn't get a lot on it. And this won't even get to midfield.
Well, he's a left-footed kicker, and he's been running to the left on those punts to try to press the flank a little bit and then using a rugby-style kick. Well, this time the punt rush came up on the outside instead of to where he lined up and was able to force him to turn back inside to punt, and he didn't get a very good kickoff.
It's 21 yards. First and 10. Maple Grove again inside Anoka territory at the 48. Hayden Harney to throw. Now he'll step up and run. Harney will get a first down and more. Still on his feet, and he'll take it all the way down to the 32-yard line, a gain of 16 for the junior quarterback.
Unsuspected speed by Harney here, as we see that a couple of guys think that he doesn't have the speed that he has, and he outruns them.
Caden Hardy, 3 rushes, 25 yards and a touchdown. 3 of 5 passing. He's got his team first and 10 at the Anoka 32. Back to the ground game on Gama inside the 30. Picks up 4. Starks in on the stop for Anoka. Second down and 6.
Yeah, and Langama was hit right near the line of scrimmage, and his leg drive carried him for a very nice gain of about 4 yards.
9 carries, 91 yards and 2 touchdowns for the senior. He'll come out. Jay Engel now the lone back on second down and 6. Play action fake. Harney throwing, completion. And diving for the end zone.
Didn't take the
Vermont
ball.
can't get there. No, they're going to mark him. No, it is a touchdown.
Oh.
Nathan Romatka, the senior tight end, stretches the football to the goal line. He's got a TD.
Looked like as he stretched, it looked like the ball was left on the field of play.
Well, there's no replay, Bill, until we get to the Prep Bowl. So
Right.
it's going to stand as a touchdown. It's second of the season for the big tight end. Seavers this time able to drill the extra point up and through. Taking one more look at it. Harney the throw. Motka the catch. He was out of bounds by a full yard. That should have been to the 3-yard line, but oops. Yeah, he's
out of bounds.
Fully out of bounds
3.
right there.
And he does hit the pylon for the score, but he was clearly out of bounds.
Well, it goes to 6 in the book. That's what I'll look at in the Max Preps later. Right?
And tomorrow when they watch the film, coach will say, "Hey, we got a lucky break." And that's kind of been the story of Anoka's night so far. Instead of being at first and goal at the 3, it's touchdown.
$28-yard touchdown pass. Motka, as I mentioned, his second TD catch of the season. Harney, his 6th touchdown pass. Seavers this time a touchback.
Well,
it wasn't supposed to be this easy tonight for the Crimson, but
no,
man, they've made it look easy, right?
Yeah, we all thought that playing the number 8 team in the rankings with a solid couple of games under their belt with a revised running attack. It just hasn't been for Anoka. They really have not been able to get off square one.
It was 42-0 at halftime last year, 41-0 right now. Anoka trying to get some points on the board here before halftime. Welch with the first down run, his best run of the night, picks up 8 yards.
Well, six touchdowns in less than 2 periods. Pretty impressive.
But Andy looks to the sideline. He'll pitch it back. Welch get to the outside. Scanson got a piece of him, and he goes out of bounds, but he gets the first down.
Gets the first down. It's only like the second or third first down for Anoka today. Third.
Pick up 5 for Welch. Their first rushing first down tonight. Whistle before the snap.
Please put 3:27 on the clock. It'll go on the snap.
A few seconds off the game clock. Now we're set back. 3:27. Ball at the 33 of Anoka. Big rush by Urbanek up the middle, but Danny had to get rid of it. And kind of towards Mossman, incomplete.
Yeah, Urbanek was at full speed when he hit the line of scrimmage coming from deep linebacker lineup.
Second down and 10 for the Tornados. Orchard's in motion. Handoff, Mossman will break a tackle, get out past the 35, and pick up 5 yards. Set up third down and 5.
Nicely executed counter by Anoka for a nice gain. 5 yards. Nice gain.
Mossman had 1 pass reception earlier, his first carry tonight. Sets up his team for third down and 5 from their 37. Clock running, 2:45 to go in the half. Anoka with 1 timeout remaining. Danny throws over the middle, high, tipped and incomplete.
Peyton Pedani's had a little bit of a tendency to be a little bit high with his passes tonight, and I think part of that has to do with the amount of pressure that he's getting. Not being able to get his hand over the top of the ball and follow through properly causes it to float.
Jack Weigel, number 2 there with the pass breakup. You got so many really good athletes. I mean, you talk about the 6 guys are going D1, but they have a lot of talent beyond, way beyond those 6 guys on both sides of the ball. Weigel,
absolutely.
One of them making a play there.
And now we have 4th and 8, 4th and 7.
Maple Grove didn't have personnel they wanted, so we get a timeout here on the 4th down play coming up. Well, you want to close the half strong. You don't want to make a mistake here on special teams at 4th down, right? You don't want to give Anoka a fresh set of downs, so it's play clean football and go up at least 41-0.
Yeah, you don't want to give Anoka any incentive whatsoever.
Wild West night tonight for the students here at Maple Grove. Got a lot to cheer about. It's a very active student section year in and year out for Crimson football. It helps when you win too, I found. Right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, when you're one of the top teams in the state year after year, it tends to keep the fans excited and interested.
4th and 6. Brewer kicks it away. And Crimson will let it go. You're not going to take a chance necessarily on a fumble on the punt. And so Volko lets it bounce to the sideline. Maple Grove will have, for them, not good field position. I think their worst starting position of the night.
Yep.
Back at the 27.
Yeah, it's the first time they've been inside their own 30 for a start all night.
Coach Spurl and his staff and his team really playing well tonight.
Yeah, they've really put it all together so far in this game.
Two receivers to each side, but they'll go on the ground. Langama, nice little jump cut right at the line of scrimmage, and he's in the open. No one's going to catch Chuck Langama. 73 yards for a touchdown. What a move he made right at the line, Bill.
Oh, he left the defender flat-footed on that one. He makes a jump cut for the ages. This should be put in the highlight reel right there. And we see the acceleration that he has. He was even with a couple of guys as he came past the line of scrimmage and outran everybody to the goal line, even the guys that had the angle.
An extra point drilled by Sievers through the uprights. Langama now 10 carries, 162 yards and 3 touchdowns. Look at it again, Bill. Look at this
right
little move.
There. Oh, I reached and there was nothing there. And you can see the downfield blocking. He's got 2 or 3 people downfield in front of him. And now you see the speed building.
Yeah, Walseth gets a good block on the outside, angle on the inside. Langama almost got caught. Good pursuit there by David Ellis, but couldn't get there in time.
And the bad thing with a 73-yard run is you're tired and you got 2 of your teammates jumping on you and pounding on your chest when you're trying to breathe.
This is a blowout tonight in Maple Grove.
Yeah, this is a blowout with all capital letters. I think
What did I say earlier? It felt like one of those nights for Chuck Langama. It's proved out to be. Kickoff will be handled inside the 10. On the return this time is Kamari Hibbler. Still on his feet, gets out past the 25 to the 27-yard line. 2:05 to go. And you still feel like there's almost too much time still for Maple Grove. They could get the ball back again the way this first half is gone.
They can really, yeah.
And you know, if you're Bill Wasser, Bill, what do you tell your team?
No, you can't tell them anything. You just say, boys, the rules say we got to play full 48 minutes. You might as well try to do something here.
And this is not indicative of what kind of team they are, although maybe indicative of what kind of Maple Grove talent there is.
Yeah, I think that's
They have been outstanding on both sides of the ball. Completion to Borchers on first down, out to the 35, gain of 7. Pitch and catch Badani to Borchers. He's 8 for 18 tonight. Borchers with his 3rd catch. 2nd and 3 from the 35, got out of bounds, 2:01 to go. Beckway, saw him briefly, 2 catches, 18 yards tonight. Borchers now 3 catches for 30 yards. Back to the ground. Welch almost got to line of scrimmage. Maybe did get to the first down stick, but boy, when he got there, he got stood up by Ryder Scanson.
Scanson makes a nice hit. Yeah,
makes the tackle. After the gain, though, for Welch, that got him the first down. Pick up a 4. He's had 9 carries here in the first half. 4th first down of the half for Anoka. Pressure up the middle. Welch slipped. Don't know that he would have gotten too much farther anyway, but then he goes down with Scanson right there, ready to make a tackle. Be a completion, but a loss on the play of 2.
And it looks like they've several times tonight they've set up the screen pretty well, only to not block the guys in the crimson shirts and have the play not be a really good one.
Clock continuing to run, nearing a minute now. 2nd down and 12 for Anoka. Back, run up the middle. Welch breaking tackle, strong run, gets to midfield.
15 yards.
Picks up a dozen yards there. First and 10. Anoka quickly back up to the line of scrimmage.
And we can see how tough a runner Welch is as he really stretches that out, gets the first down, and now we have the flag.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. Number 84, 5-yard penalty, replay first down. The clock will start on the ready for play.
Till 1st and 15, Anoka now back to their 46. You see the time remaining, 43 and now counting. And Scanson hits Welch in the backfield and drops him for a loss of 4.
Their blitz package from Maple Grove tonight has been pretty darn impressive. Linebackers have hit the seams and not been blocked on almost every play. And right there we can see Scanson just went right by the offensive lineman before he could do anything.
That was a little aggressive on the call. It was a loss of 1, and now a quarterback sack. Urbanic gets in there, another big play for him on defense. And we have wound down to zeros, and that is the end of the first half. You could not have scripted a better half on either side of the ball for guys in crimson and white tonight. They lead at 48-0. Bill Hunstock at halftime.
Now there's not much to say right now. It's just, I think the halftime is going to be a little bit lopsided here.
We'll go to break. Our halftime score, Maple Grove Anoka football on CCX. Crimson 48, Tornadoes nothing. We're back with more from Maple Grove High School after this.
In 1935, Topline Financial Credit Union was founded by workers from our local phone company, by people who dedicated their lives to keeping our community connected. At Topline Financial, that dedication lives on because we believe that dreams are achieved when we connect with each other. So if you're dreaming of buying a new home or car, or planning for your future, or saving for that next vacation, connect with us. We'll help you get there, because connected, we all do better.
They're doing a brisk business for concessions tonight, Bill, especially a Maple Grove fan.
Yep.
I got some money from mom and dad, and let's get some food. 48-0. Maple Grove leading Anoka at halftime. Let's look at highlights from the first half, and not surprising, they're all going to be crimson and white. After they stopped Anoka on their first drive, Chuck Langama on the first touchdown run, fumbles the football and picks it up in the end zone, covers his own fumble. The ball was definitely out before the goal line, and 21 gets on top of it for the first of his touchdowns, and then makes it 7-0. Patrick Wright helped set up the next run, their next touchdown rather, with this run, and then the toss to Langama with a little stiff arm there. Gets the defender, gets a good block, and he's in for another touchdown. It's 14-0. Big pressure on Padanio Mamick there with the tackle for loss on fourth down. Then the very next play is Maple Grove gets the ball. They go deep. Harney to Volkel for 44 yards. and sets up a touchdown run. A little fake. Harney will take this one in himself. After another Severs extra point, it was 21-0 after a quarter. Both teams get into the action there in the second quarter with a pick 6 here. And then the next possession, to prove that wasn't a fluke, number 6 gets another one, and it'll set up another Maple Grove offensive touchdown. Run up the middle, Patrick Wright getting in for the score for the TD. Then touchdown pass that wasn't really a touchdown. Vermont went out at the 3, but the official didn't see it. He gets in for the touchdown, 27 yards on the pass from Harney. And it's Langama with a great move at the end, and Chuck is gone 73 yards for a score. 10 carries, 164 yards on the further look for Langama in the first half, rushing the football. And Maple Grove up 48-0 on Anoka. Look at the numbers. Not surprising based on the score that we have what we have. And Maple Grove able to cash in, well, one directly off a turnover and able to get another score off the second interception.
But they really dominated every single aspect of the game. There's just nothing has gone right for Anoka in any way tonight. And this is the kind of a game where, as a coach, you want to load the bus up at halftime and leave and have everybody in the stadium wondering where you guys went, but
it's not allowed.
It's not allowed. So, this is a tough one. The kids know exactly what's going on. It's 48-0. There's no way, and to try to keep the guys interested in playing the game is the challenge right now.
As we go to break, we want to remember one of our great friends at CCX. Joe Basil has worked color commentary on football the last half dozen seasons here on CCX. I emailed with Joe back in June. He passed away August 1st, one day before his 76th birthday. Just a great guy. Grew up in
At Top Line Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Top Line member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
Oh, the Lookout trailer is here tonight. That is a good dinner. I didn't have one tonight, but that is a good meal for $10. The full big burger and fries. And Lookout prepares some great food. We got a lot of great food vendors in Maple Grove that have supported this Maple Grove program. The Lookout, one of them. Malone's, Chanticleer Pizza, and others. Inevitably, I'll leave somebody out, so I better stop at 3.
Absolutely.
Hey, guess what? Maple Grove gets the football to start the second half.
Maybe those 11 guys that were disguised as Anoka football players are.
Kickoff will be deep and run back from the 8-yard line. This is Bokel. Out to the 20, 25, still on his feet, and gets bumped out of bounds at the 34. First down and 10 for the Crimson from there. And Maple Grove's been in this position before, and up big in games in recent years, and how long you go with your starters. You're not going to take them out to the beginning of the second half, but maybe a couple of series each. And
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Both offense and defense.
I wouldn't be surprised to see one series with the starters, and then the second series keep the starting offensive line in and bring the second level backs in.
Well, Lagama already not in the game, at least to start. This is Engel. He'll get his first carry tonight, and he'll get a couple of yards to the 35-yard line. Pick up of 2 yards for James Engel, junior running back. Hurt most of last season, but a really good backup running back. I mean, right, he'd start for other teams, not this team, but Engel certainly capable. Picks up closer to 3 yards on his first carry tonight. 2nd and 7, Maple Grove from their 36-yard line. John Jacobson, Bill Hunstock at Maple Grove, just underway here in the third quarter. Engel gets the call again. Keeps moving and gets out to the 49-yard line. Gain of 3. Set up 3rd down and 4. But for Maple Grove, this is what you want, right? Let's run the clock. Let's get out of here without any injuries.
Yep.
If we get more points, fine. But the biggest thing now is let's play good football. You don't want to get sloppy in the second half.
And you don't want to get lazy or lackadaisical about anything. So you want to stay fired up. But by the same token, you're not out there to try to embarrass anybody either.
3rd and 4, maybe closer to 3 from the 40 now for the Crimson. Harney to throw, short drop, and short on his pass. Or Henry Knudsen ran the route too far. One of it's 2, and it's incomplete regardless. And 4th down coming. Harney's saying, hey, sure to come back for that ball. But a little miscommunication, perhaps. 4th down. Maple Grove will have to punt.
Something that Maple Grove has yet to do this year. This is the first punt of the season.
They were going to attempt to punt early against Osseo. Severs had a low snap and went down to his knee, and so went for a loss. And never actually. Oh, like another one. This time, actually, their first punt in the air, fair caught back at the 32. Boy, he got a low snap and he got a lot of pressure, but Severs able to get away a decent kick, and Anoka will get the football back inside their 35 with their first possession.
And he just got that one away, too.
Homecoming next week for Maple Grove. They'll be home against Blaine. I mentioned that regular season finale coming up in October against Minnetonka. Anoka will take on Coon Rapids in week 5. Halfway through the regular season tonight, Bannock was halfway into the backfield.
Flag on the play.
It's going to be against Maple Grove, obviously. The 4th penalty for 20 yards.
Yeah, Bannock jumping the start a little bit there.
So 1st and 5. Anoka from their 37. Danny will hand off. First down run, and a good one. And getting the first down on the run is Welch. Good carry for him of 10 yards.
Yeah, another nice run for Welch.
12 carries, 57 yards for him this evening.
He's put together a pretty good night right here. We see breaking a tackle at the line of scrimmage and carrying Skansen with him for another 3 or 4 steps.
Fresh set of downs for the Tornadoes from their 47. And off to Welch, hitting the backfield, and will struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Did a good job just to do that. He's 2nd down and 10. Hampson among those in on the pressure, number 9. For Anoka, you want what Maple Grove wants in the second half. You don't want any injuries here.
Right.
See if we can get something positive here in the second half and end in points, or at least get a few first downs on this drive. It's been tough most of the night for the offense. And as I say that, I think they're going to get whistled for a penalty.
Probably a illegal motion.
Snap. False start on the offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty.
False start by one of the
Still
offensive
second down.
linemen. 4th penalty on Anoka tonight for 30 yards. Still second down and 15 for Wazerik's Tornadoes. But Danny to throw under pressure, get away from Toe. Now he's going to run it, and he'll pick up about 7 yards there. Instead of going down for what would have been 4th sack for Maple Grove, Padani escapes and gets a good rush and sets up 3rd down and 8.
And he does a really nice job of escaping that pass rush and getting some positive yardage, 7 yards, where it looked like he was going to be sacked for a big loss.
3rd and 8, Anoka from their 49. Danny rollout, then throws back to the left side, gets a completion and a first down inside the 40. Nice play design and the pitch and catch. And the first tonight for Wyatt Buxton, the sophomore tight end. Gain of 11 yards.
Nicely, they've executed. They've set up their screen passes very nicely tonight. That one was particularly well executed. Good catch, good run, well blocked.
Back to the ground game. Middle for 3 yards, maybe 4. For Welch, bringing up a second down and 6.
Welch doesn't seem to have lost any of his desire to run hard.
Nope.
He's bringing it. We have a timeout on the field. I think a Maple Grove timeout.
Yeah, maybe a little message like, okay, let's keep this shutout going, right? Let's fly to the ball. Let's play like we hated in the first half. And they're giving some ground up here early on this drive. This is, still the first team defense out there for the Crimson.
Exactly. And for Anoka, they're saying, we got to get after these guys. It doesn't matter who's out there. First team, second team, doesn't matter. And that's exactly where Anoka's got to start to build their whatever momentum they can build. It's got to start right there.
It was indeed a Maple Grove timeout. That's a second down and 6 for Anoka from the Maple Grove 35. Throw down the sidelines, got a man open, and it's a touchdown. Up Beckway with the TD toss. Padani floating it in there, perfect. 35 yards, Anoka's on the board.
Something to cheer about finally for the Anoka faithful. That was really well executed. They picked up the blitz. The lineman picked up the blitz, and Beckway ran a really nice shot. He did a great hesitation to slow the corner down and got upfield, so he was all by himself. And Padani put the ball right where he needed to. That was an excellent play and a very nice drive for Anoka.
Extra point is up and through. Anoka's on the board. 7:51 to go. Look at the touchdown pass again. Padani, his 5th TD toss of the year, and Beckway's been on the receiving end of now 3 of them.
Yeah, that was well done. That was well executed.
Got behind his man and hauled it in for the score. Still 48-7. Here with 7:51 to go in the third. Harney will get another series on offense at least. Trying to answer that. The kids still love this Miley Cyrus song after all these years.
After all these
it
years.
was 15, almost 20 years old. Kick underway for Maple Grove. It'll be picked up at the 10-yard lines. Mike Kasbaum on the return. Only gets out past the 15 to the 17-yard line. That's where Maple Grove will start it out on their second possession of the second half.
And very well covered kick. That was nicely done.
Parker Seaman, number 21 there for Anoka. See if they can get another stop here on Maple Grove. This time Maple Grove starting inside their 20. Early in the third quarter. And off the middle, this is Draheim. H-back, plays linebacker, really valuable two-way player for them. And Draheim runs hard, picks up 9 yards.
Nice run. Nice seam opened up by the offensive line. Draheim hits it pretty well.
Second and 1. They'll get the call again, and they'll get a first down. Boy, he is still going all the way out to the 37-yard line. Excuse me, 33-yard line for a pickup of 7. The 2 carries for 16 yards for the senior heading to Cornell next year.
Yeah, nice push by the offensive line there to keep it going. And Draheim just keeps his feet going and gets a nice gain.
Harney up under center. We'll pitch it back this time to Engel. Engel, little seam there, and he'll pick up 6-7 yards. Tackle made by Dawson Lawrence, but a good first down run for Engel on his third carry this evening. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 from the 40.
And Engel does a nice job on the toss sweep here. He finds the seam, he hits it, accelerates, and gets a few yards after contact.
Harney on 2nd down and short. They'll go back to Engel again, and he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him a little short. Bring up 3rd down at about half a yard.
Yeah, just shy of the line to gain.
First line, offensive line, Bill, as you suspected, has stayed in here. Wagner, Lund, all back south. Peru's a really good group, and have opened holes all night and protected their quarterback.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
3rd and 1, it's Draheim getting the carry again. He'll pick up a first down out to the 47-yard line and a gain of 5. So Draheim and Engel here on this. I think we'll see a lot of that. I don't know if they'll put the ball up in the air again.
No, I doubt we'll see a pass at all.
I usually say that, and then they go with the play action and hit for like 40 or something. Yeah. So First and 10, Maple Grove from their 47. A couple first downs to open this drive. Taking time off the clock. We're inside of 5 minutes to play in the third. And sure enough, there's the play action.
Yep.
And Harney's going deep over the middle and incomplete.
Well played. Got a little bit of pressure and good defense coverage by the secondary, by the safety there.
Excuse me, Bill. Coverage by David Ellis on the pass intended for Oliver Walseth. 2nd and 10. Well, it wasn't wrong after all, right? Only 8 passes attempted by Maple Grove tonight. 4 completions for Harney and a touchdown and 101 yards. They've been mostly efficient, I'd say, in the passing game. 2nd down and 10. Back to the ground it goes. This is Patrick Wright back into the game. Wright's into the secondary. Patrick Wright brought down at the 22-yard line of Anoka and a pickup of 30 yards.
Patrick Wright showing why he's a choice running back right here. He makes a nice move there. Got great speed. He finds the secondary open and gets a very nice run. He's had 2 or 3 nice runs tonight.
Got a touchdown tonight, 50 yards rushing. First and 10 from the 22. Rollout. Harney's going to keep it. He's going to get a first down, and ball comes out and fumbled out of bounds.
That should go back to where he fumbled it. Can't fumble the ball forward.
Look at it again. A little chip block there. Took a pretty good hit here.
Yes.
Right there.
Right there.
Knocked the ball out. Harney picks up 18 yards.
Luca Duchesne makes a nice hit right there. But that ball should come back to where he went out of bounds, or where he fumbled it.
First down and goal for Maple Grove. Inside the 5. Give is to Wright, and he's got a 2nd touchdown tonight.
Patrick Wright again hitting the same, following his blocking. Blocking was excellent. And he goes into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the evening.
This guy's already a tremendous football player. He's got another year left, Bill, and think of the possibilities for Maple Grove on offense and defense with this guy in the mix even more
and with
in
Haney
2025.
as the quarterback too, yeah.
And your quarterback's back. Seavers extra point up and through. And it's 55-7. We will get to running time at the start of the 4th quarter, anything 35 points and above. Bill, that was a long drive and a nice drive for Maple Grove's offense after, it went out quickly on their first series. They had Draheim and Angle early, and then finished off by Wright, and then Harney with this good run on the rollout, got them set up on the 1st and goal, and then finished off by another touchdown run, the 2nd tonight for Patrick Wright.
Yeah, Maple Grove really putting it together tonight. Everything they've wanted to do, they've done it and done it well.
Who's got to drive, Jerry? Hey, we got to go. Hey, come on.
Seavers, another busy night for him on kickoffs and extra points. And 1 punt. He'll kick it off again. And booms this one through. Not quite through, but once once it crosses that plane in high school football, you can't run it out. So just a 10 from the 20. What a great night for football, Bill.
Well,
I mean, weather-wise, not necessarily if you're on the other side of the stands here, but I mean just to come out and watch high school football this evening.
Yep, wherever you are, it's a wonderful evening. It's comfortable temperature, and
Last Friday of the summer officially. Fall begins on Sunday. And a little cooler temperatures next week. It's still pretty good for last week in September.
won't be
Through the
hating
end of
it.
the month will be in the 70s.
Won't be hating it.
Nope. 1st and 10. Padani on the pitch out to Welch. He gets about 3-4 yards. Tackle on the play by Gavin Elmquist, junior defensive back. Officially 4 yards to the 24.
Welch really made the aggressive move on that tackle.
Second down and 6 for the Tornadoes. Throw and a completion. And this is Hendrickson on the catch out to the 37-yard line.
Nice catch. Nice grab by the receiver, Hendrickson.
Charlie Hendrickson, second target, first catch tonight. And it picks up 13 yards.
Another first down for the Tornadoes. It's nice to see that they're continuing to play hard. They really, there's no incentive for them to continue to do much of anything other than be there. And to play hard when you're down by this much shows some real grit in my book.
1st and 10. Welch with the carry up the middle. He'll pick up 6-7 yards. Out to the 45-yard line. Urbanek in on the stop. Second down and 3. Welch tonight with 16 carries. 72 yards.
Pretty good average.
Two and a half minutes to play in the third quarter. Second down and 3. Anoka from their 45. Mossman in motion. They'll throw to him. Swing the pass out. Mossman will get a first down. Cuts it back and into Maple Grove territory to the 48-yard line. They tried that play in the first half. This time successfully on this try, and picks up 8 yards.
And still against the Maple Grove first team defense. So Maple Grove hasn't let up at all. That's just well played by Anoka.
From the 47, give and the handoff to Brody Rush, a sophomore. He's a guy that Coach Bo talked to us before the game about Rush. He's been just coming back off a season-long injury, and they're really excited about this 10th grader. Bo Rush, number 6, got that carry and picked up 4 yards.
Nicely done, nicely executed. Good to see Bo Rush getting a chance to play. It's been a while since he's been able to play.
Padani goes over the middle, and is that intercepted? Close to. Looks like it was a pick.
Got a flag on the play.
Jack Weigel ends up with the football. Let's see how we'll sort this one out.
Flag came from the back, Judge, so my guess is it's going to be some kind of an illegal hit or a pass interference.
Personal foul on a defensive player on the defense, number 2. 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
Weigel will have the football. Adam Sproul's like, what was that for?
Well,
And
yeah. It was called a personal foul, not a pass interference. Might be splitting hairs, but we'll see. Quarterback.
Weigel's number 2 is back of your screen. Now, the contact came, I mean, he was making a play on the football.
Right.
But makes contact, up high into
Yeah.
the head of the receiver. So that's the reason for the penalty.
Yep. And I think the ball hit the floor before he got it anyway. But yes, that was, as we could see on the replay, shoulder to the head. That's not allowed in high school football.
Helped out by Maple Grove there, Bill, but these last 2 years for Anoka, this is what they needed early in the game, right? To try to keep this close. And I mean, you've got something to build on toward next week, but you're like, well, why couldn't we have come out like this, to start the game?
Yeah, why didn't we do this in the first and second series?
Rush
Make
gets the
something
carry.
new.
Excuse me, Bill. Picks up a couple. Now, on the flip side, Maple Grove, you're up 48 points. I'm not saying they're not playing with the same intensity, but in the back of your head, you know what the score is.
Yep. And you know that if you give up 6 yards, it isn't going to be not very meaningful.
Under a minute to play here in the third. 2nd down and 8. We'll trickle in the end around. And Beckway is going to be dropped for a loss back at the 46. Botheen, who had 2 interceptions in the second quarter, gets the huge tackle for loss back here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of 9.
And Botheen just almost waiting for that one. As we see right here, he's just all over that. That was as well played as you can do it by an outside linebacker right there.
Beckway on the carry loses 9. Now it's 3rd and 17 for Anoka. Now it looks like, well, let's see if they try to snap the play clock and the game clock about the same. Get the triple zeros before play clock did. And so we will go to the fourth quarter. Chuck Lungama on that offensive line. Loves those guys that block for him, right? It's been a good night for the Crimson offense and defense as well. We go to the fourth quarter. Our score, Maple Grove 55, Anoka 7 more on CCX after this. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Well, I jumped the gun, and Anoka took a timeout with a second to play in the third. So this will be the final play of the third quarter with 1 second remaining. That play clock was gonna hit 0, so they took the timeout. Throw by Padani to the outside and incomplete. Broken up by Elmquist on the pass intended for Beckway. And it's 4th down, and now it will be the fourth quarter. We had a chance to talk a little bit briefly with the Chain Gang tonight before the game. They have been doing this since Maple Grove football started on this field. Peter Rawls, Tim Murphy, Steve Schoen, Pat Lidl, Kevin Lochner. They get a front row seat every home game and love doing it. I said he'd even do it back, if you remember, before this stadium was built for football. They played their first couple of years over at Carlton High School, or Carlton Field rather, at Osseo High School. All 3 schools shared that facility for soccer and football, and then Park Center and Maple Grove building their own stadiums. But these guys have been there the whole time. Peter, Tim, Steve, Pat, and Kevin. So we said, yes, we'll definitely mention you tonight. Thanks for those guys for coming out every Friday. Seen a lot of great football if you live in the community, right? And Maple Grove, going back to the days of when C.J. Woodrow was a quarterback here, and Evan Hull in the NFL now, and so many others along the way. Brad Davison.
Evan Hull had a great career at Northwestern, I believe, right?
Start of the fourth quarter now for Anoka. They face a 4th down and 17 to go from the Maple Grove 35. Welch in the backfield next to Padani, who starts to roll out, steps back, throws, trying to hit a little seam there. Had receiver in the area but couldn't hit him. A little bit too close to the sideline, and no chance for a catch there. And Maple Grove will take over on downs. We'll be into running time. The clock does stop on any timeouts we would have, touchdowns, and changes of possession, but not incompletions or other out-of-bounds plays. Harney's still out at quarterback.
I'm surprised at that. Quite frankly, the one thing you don't want to have is your key guy get hurt.
He'll hand off. It's Engel. First down run, and he spins out past the 40, the 41. Engel with his 5th carry here tonight for 21 yards. Second down and 4. Dreheim in front of Engel in the backfield. Hand off. This is Dreheim. And gets just past the sticks at the 45.
That'll be, looks like it's being spotted enough for the first down. Dreheim loses his hat.
Got to come out for a play when that happens. Jeffrey Nordvold, who we saw on opening night, Bill, against Osseo, had a nice second half in relief of their top running backs. Now into the backfield, Dreheim out. Nordvold 26. Although Engel will line up as the lone back here. First and 10 Crimson from their 45. 10.5 minutes to go in the game. Engel bobbles it a little bit. Regathers it. He's in the open. And he picks up 15 down to the 40-yard line of Anoka. Austin Myers spinning him down.
Engel does a nice job. He's got some real speed. Junior's got, looking forward to setting himself up for more play time next year.
First and 10 from the 39 of Anoka. Clock continuing to run inside of 10 minutes to go. Handoff and the run of a couple of yards. Drake Wegshy, number 34. It's his first carry tonight. Picks up maybe a yard. First team offense done for the night. Congratulations all around, right?
Absolutely.
George Sukup is the backup quarterback. He's number 42. Hand it off. Wegshy again down to the 35-yard line. Picks up 3. Bring up third down. A pretty talented group there.
And they've really started to put it together here. We see the sophomore quarterback Sukup.
Third down, about 6 to go. Grove getting all their personnel on. Ben Wilcox, 25, the last one on. He goes in motion. Soak up and keep it here. A couple yards and set up 4th and short. But again, Bill, you keep that clock running toward 000s.
Absolutely.
See, that's what the lineman's best friend is, offensive lineman. So Langama right there, standing with Carson Lund, who's been part of a good effort by that first team offense. Sukup, goes down the backfield back at the 33-yard line, and Anoka will take over on down, 37-yard line rather. Anoka will get it with 7:44 to go. And a chance for Maple Grove on their defense to get some other guys in the rotation and on the field here.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is the kind of game where you say, all right, it's out of hand, and we've got to start building our depth. You know, later in the season, we're going to need these guys to step in and play at some point in some way.
But Andy will remain in the quarterback here for Anoka. Pitch on first down to Welch, cuts back up the middle. Still on his feet and gets about 11 yards before he's brought down.
He's a very tough runner, and my guess would be that some of these younger players for Maple Grove's defense haven't experienced a guy that runs as hard as Welch does.
First and 10, Anoka from their 48. Under 7 minutes to play in the fourth. The Danny throw on first down. Got a man, Borchards, and run down and thrown out of bounds. Good play defensively by Maddox Van Sloot. Arthur Dufall, number 14, also there on the coverage. Completion of about 5 yards, but pursued well by the Crimson. Anoka in Maple Grove territory for a gain of 5. Danny, throw it out to Welch, bobbles it and incomplete.
I thought he made an amazing one-handed catch on that. It just was over his fingertips.
Josh Thompson on the coverage, number 32 for Maple Grove.
Oh,
he would have made the tackle if Welch had hung on. And again, re-emphasize with the running time, the clock continues to go, even on the incompletion. 5:40 to go. For Danny tonight, 14 completions and 28 attempts, throws and incomplete for Borchers. Had a couple steps on his guy, but ball overthrown.
That one was a touchdown. It just was a little bit overthrown.
Yeah. Fourth down and 5. Welch going in motion. He's sitting out there now. He'll throw that way. Completion, gets a first down. Breaks a tackle and then brought down at the 34-yard line. Alex Jack in the tackle for Maple Grove, but a new set of downs for Anoka. They get down to the 33-yard line.
Pretty well done by Padani and Welch to connect on that and get the first down on 4th.
Welch with 17 carries tonight and now 4 receptions.
Pretty versatile all-around back.
Borchers in motion, a little flip to him. And kept in bounds and then goes down to the 24-yard line. Brody Berglund wrestles him down. Tackle.
Interesting little note on that play. You notice that the quarterback Padani tossed the ball on this sweep instead of handing it. The reason being that if that ball is dropped, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble.
2nd and 1 after the gain of 9. With 3:20 to go in the 4th quarter. Up the middle, this is Welch breaking tackle, still on his feet, gets all the way down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Pickup of 23 yards.
Had a flag at about the, I think there's a flag at about the 22-yard line.
Laundry in the backfield. This might be coming back, Brody, right there, that block.
There. But when you see how the determination that Welch has to run that ball, it's going to be a big one too.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 72 on the offense. 15 yards from the previous spot. It'll still be 2nd down.
Watching the replay, middle of your screen, we'll see there on the right.
I guess, yeah.
So it moves back Anoka instead of 1st and goal. They're 2nd and a mile back near the 40. Padani's going to air it out, going toward the end zone and incomplete. Borchers, the intended receiver, but Duval right there on the defensive coverage. Third down, ball just inside the 40 of Maple Grove. Anoka needing to get to the 24 of the Crimson here. More personnel shuffling in and out for Maple Grove, and you always like to see them, right? The kids who work scout team all week, getting some varsity time here under the lights on a Friday night. Danny throwing and has his man up Beckway for a touchdown. His 2nd touchdown here in the 2nd half. 2nd TD pass from Padani. And Anoka into double digits with 2:04 to go.
Pretty nice play. Another pretty nice pass play by Padani and Abikwe. What was that, a 40-some yard?
39 yards.
39 yards. So they've hooked up for 2 nice pass touchdowns here in the 2nd half.
Extra point attempt is up and through. And we'll have a look at the touchdown pass again.
Good effort by the Backway to get the ball and to stay in bounds past the goal line. Ball's right over his shoulder. He's right on the sideline, and he really does a nice job of keeping his balance and getting into the end zone.
Eschmeyer, the extra point. Time to head to the cars, Bill.
I guess.
The Wild West party will continue elsewhere tonight. To mention, Maple Grove will be back home again next Friday night for homecoming against the Blaine Bengals. Anoka will go home, take on Coon Rapids next week. They finished their season with games against Centennial in week 6 on the road, and then at home against Osseo and Wayzata to close out the year. And Maple Grove, I mentioned, next week in their closing game against Minnetonka, in between Coon Rapids, at Coon Rapids October 4th, and home against STMA on October 10th.
I think that Maple Grove Minnetonka game might be a pretty good game.
I think you're right. Thursday afternoon football. Again, that's MEA week, so some teams playing on Thursday with the shortage. I think it has to do more with the shortage of officials than wanting to play Thursday rather than Wednesday night. Long kickoff return picked up at the 4. Turned out past the 15 and out past the 25, 27-yard line. A good return by Jack Lundy, junior wide receiver. First and 10, Crimson will then their final possession up to 29.
And they can just run the, obviously just run the clock out now.
First down, toss to Wigshide. 35-yard line out past the 40, and a good gain for him on first down. Picks up 14 yards.
Wigshide showing some speed and durability there as he gets up around the edge. Makes a nice physical run.
And good blocking, right? That second team
Absolutely.
offensive line opening the holes.
Offensive linemen here at Maple Grove all night have done a great job, both the first and the second unit.
We'll have to run a couple more snaps here before we get to 0. They may just kneel down here. Nope. Oop, little collision in the backfield. Sukup now didn't have anyone to hand it to, or didn't go to Nordvold perhaps as he had thought it was going to. Regardless, it goes as a loss. A couple of yards. Second down. And now we'll get the three formation and the kneel down, and that'll be it. Maple Grove up big at halftime, Bill, 48-0, and they win 55-14.
The only thing you can say for Anoka, and Anoka will say, well, we won the second half,
Yeah.
14-7, but little consolation. But Maple Grove's looking pretty dynamic.
They go to 4-0 on the season, and we will take a timeout. We will hear from the Crimson in just a few minutes. You're watching our coverage of prep football on CCX. We'll wrap it up from Maple Grove High School after this.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Tonight, 55-14. Welcome back to Maple Grove High School. John Jacobson with Bo Thien and
Chuck Lingama. And Chuck, I was talking to head coach Adam Spurl before the game. He said, we played good, we can play better. And that first half, did you guys feel on offense and defense, this is the level we should be playing at?
Of course we did. The O-line moving pretty good today. I love it. At practice, we were working hella hard. Every play going 100%, working our best. We love it.
You had obviously a lot of great runs, but that O-line helped opening holes, right?
I love my O-line. I love them, boys.
Talk about the long touchdown run. You had a great jump cut right at the line of scrimmage, and then you were gone.
Yeah, it was pretty. I seen the cut. I took it and just had to run to the pylon, I guess.
How much fun is it to be part of the offense? Is that you're not the only one you have to rely on? You got a good passing game. You've got Patrick Wright. You got other guys that can carry the ball too.
Going vocal. We got Patrick Wright. We got James Ingle. We got a hell of a team. So it's really fun. Teams try their best. They change up their defense. Try to beat us every week, but we just got to play at 100%. We have so many different targets on the team, so that's the best part about it.
Next week, homecoming. How much you look forward to that?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Great food. Just looking forward to eat, have a good time with the boys.
And then finally talk about your defense. We're going to talk to Bo in a minute here, but they were great all night, right?
Yeah, they were great. They give us a hard time for 2-minute drills at the end of practice. They're pretty good. We love them.
Chuck, congratulations. Enjoy the week. Both Thien, a couple of interceptions, one for a touchdown. Congrats on the night.
Thank you.
Show me your little hardware you got.
Got a little, little necklace here from the coach.
Talk about what you saw on those 2 interceptions.
I was just reading kind of the receivers, watching their hips, and then just kind of break on the arm action. I saw it happen. I've been waiting for that for a while, so it feels good for it to land in game. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Excuse me. It's fun to be part of a defense. It's so good on every level. I mean, you get your front three is good, your linebackers are good, and you feel like that secondary can back you up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not like, we're all the same. It's all the same brotherhood. There's a lot of camaraderie between us. It's not different levels. We're all family. So, we love each other, we protect each other. It's good defense. We love it.
I asked Chuck this, and what Coach Spurl had told us before the game. Did you feel like this was your best defensive game as a unit through 4 games so far?
I think we were really fundamentally sound in this game. We had watched a lot of good film. Our scout gives us a great look every week. That's our biggest advantage, I think, is our Coach Detloff there. Brings a great scout to our defense, gives us a good look each week. Really helps us kind of put the hammer down when we need it, So, yeah, it was good.
Halfway through the regular season, how do you feel about where you're at?
I feel good. There's always room for improvement, So, future weeks, see what it comes, but I'm excited, yeah.
Well, enjoy this one. Enjoy the weekend. Good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, yeah.
All right, Bo and Chuck and all this Maple Grove team really played a terrific game tonight from start to finish. They go up 48-0 at halftime, and they win it by a score of 55-14. That'll do it for our telecast tonight. Thanks to all of our great crew here tonight at Maple Grove High School. And for Bill Hunstock, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for tuning in for our coverage of high school football on CCX.